Recording.
Okay, so here we're back on my channel again. Told you I was going to have another follow-up right away. This one's on mental health. I don't have a reading before because I already did it. It's the same day. Tell by the date stamp. Some that's evidence for like accidents and stuff. So if you do have a camera like a GoPro, or in my case a Sena 10C Evo, which I do endorse. I love this thing. Do have the date stamp, because if you do have an accident or witness an accident on camera, you have a time and date stamp, and that would be excellent for court proceedings, especially if you're defending yourself if you're injured. Anyway, so this speech isn't more so much on faith and Christianity as it is on mental health. And remember, afflictions, not all afflictions. I mean, I'm sure there's a few afflictions out there that are punishment by God, I guess. You know, I mean, you read the Bible, there has been, including plagues. He has used that as a punishment. I don't know how so much of it today is a punishment. A lot of these afflictions are just natural environment. Remember when Adam and Eve left, okay, so this is going to be a little religious to start with. Sorry. When Adam and Eve left the garden, they got the tree of knowledge of good and evil, but no wisdom in order to execute it. So yeah, some diseases and knowledge are man-made or started because of man, and that's also why God allows evil and things to happen in this world, because we want a free will, so we have to choose between good and evil, and if evil happens, we have to respond properly. But God wants us, said, if you want the choice, fine, then he goes, but then I'm going to allow it. And you're going to have to, you know, play your part. Self-responsibility. Okay. That's the most religious part I'll really have today. Okay, so mental health. As long as we've been studying mental health, it's really hard to say exactly how do I explain it? Do I have my wallet? Yeah, good. It's hard to say why we don't have more knowledge about it. I guess because the brain is the final frontier. We really don't know as much as we want to. And it's really hard a lot of it is hard to understand. I can tell you, to the naysayers out there who've never experienced depression or anxiety or any more of the more serious mental afflictions, I can tell you that if you haven't experienced it, you don't know. I don't care how many books you read, how many people you talk to, how many people you know. Unless you have experienced, you don't understand it fully. And maybe I can help you here. First off, it's not conscious thought. I've been out of work for a little while here due to stress at home, and it's been triggering my anxiety, my depression. The fact that I'm on the bike means that my med change from seeing my doctor has worked. So hopefully I'll be able to get back to work here soon. I gotta wait for a note from her. Silly, but whatever. I didn't think you had to for FMLA, but apparently you do. Anyway, if you notice, I do have ADHD as well. I'm not taking meds from that because as an adult I've learned how to cope with it. If it was more pronounced, then maybe I would be on meds, but it doesn't really help. I'd rather not be on meds if I don't have to. I am on meds for my depression and anxiety because, well, more anxiety, which the depression feeds into that. More so because if I don't have, you know, okay, let me go back to original thought. So I have anxiety with PTSD symptoms along with secondary depression, okay? And yes, I'm on meds for it, and I have no problem being on meds. You have to ask for help. That's one of the things that, praying on it, God's told me, hey, you got to take your meds, you got to ask for help, and you can't do everything yourself. That's ridiculous. That's two of my weaknesses, is doing everything myself, and beautiful lake. That's White Bear Lake, by the way. And having to ask for help. I don't like doing that. I don't know. Okay, so back to original thought. Get around my distraction here. I have to tell you that this is not, mental health is not conscious. You can't just say one day, well, I'm not going to be depressed today because I'm having a good day, or I'm going to be happy. I'm tired of being sad, because it's not really about emotion either. Depression isn't about being sad. Depression is about, it's a lot deeper than that. But you can't just choose not to be depressed or choose not to be anxious. You're not nervous about anything. It's not nervousness. It's not sad. It appears that way to outsiders, but really it's not. And we have no control of it. This is all subconscious. I like to use the analogy I read in a book that there's an asshole in our brain that tells us what to do every day. And depending on how much strength we have to fight back, sometimes he wins. He's won against me for about a month and a half now, and I hate it. But there wasn't a lot I could do. I needed the medication to give me that extra strength, along with God, to fight back. That asshole will tell you, I don't care how happy you are, how much of a good life you're having, how beautiful the day is, you're not leaving the house. And then you get depressed because you let him win, even though you don't have a choice in the matter. It's terrible. And that makes it even worse for us. We know we should be happy. We know we shouldn't be anxious about leaving the house. And I shouldn't be anxious about getting on the bike. I know how to ride it. I wear all my gear. If I do have an accident, which I've had one before, you're wearing your gear. It mitigates a lot of the injuries. You get back up, fix your bike, get back on it. But anxiety says, no, I'm not going to allow you to because I'm an asshole. That's how it works. It's like Cartman from South Park is in your brain telling you what to do. There's my analogy. Okay, you guys, I'm going home. And you're like, I don't want to go home. I'm having a great time. You're going home. All right. So I think that's something the outside don't understand. Now, how do you deal with that? Well, let's let these cars go. Sometimes it's fun to get your squid on. Oh, I do love 600s. They may not have a lot of power down low, but once you get the RPMs up about 6,000 to 7,000, it starts climbing. God, that's fun. Okay, so yeah, so coping with it, that's where meds really help out, because they do help. Don't be afraid of taking meds. You know, there's a certain amount you should have. You pretty much just have to figure out, okay, so this is the meds that work. This is how much I should be, is my maintenance dose. If they can over medicate you, that's true. Sometimes it's hard to find a good doctor, but all in all, meds do help. Like I say, you don't want to be doped up. I agree with that. And sometimes the side effects aren't good. Well, then you get a different med. There's hundreds of thousands of meds out there you can use. But yeah, I do think meds are good. I do think that you should also look for coping mechanisms, though. There are a lot of good things out there, a lot of hobbies. I build model kits, cars and airplanes. I go to the shooting range. I practice martial arts, mostly MMA now. Mostly because you need an outlet. And of course, I got my motorcycle, and this does clear your mind. Oh, believe me, everybody should have a motorcycle and go riding. It doesn't matter what type of motorcycle you ride, even if it's just a little scooter. You really should try it out. Believe me, oh, this is so awesome. Just wear all your gear. Take a good training course, and yeah, this is definitely the mind clearer, as it were. So yeah, I do feel the coping mechanisms help for a certain point, but again, Cartman, yeah, he's kind of fat and lazy. He doesn't want to ever do anything. So, he'll find excuses. And that's, again, where you need meds to help out. So, yeah, that's kind of where I stand on it. Mental health is not easy to deal with. Some is more severe than others. Severe mental health can be so, and even minor stuff can be so debilitating. Think about anxiety this way. So you all get dressed up, say you're going out to dinner, and you're dating with a man or woman that you've wanted to date forever, and finally you're like, oh, I get to go on a date with them. They do notice me. They do like me. So you get all dressed and spruced up. You get your car keys. You get in your car. You can even get the car started to get ready to pull away from the curb. That carman says, "Yeah, I don't want to go out. Yeah, I don't like her. Now I stay home and eat cheesy poofs." And as much as you will try, and believe me, I have tried. I'm going to wait for some of this traffic. You try to actually fight them. Sometimes you can't, and your body will not even do what you want it to do. It will literally take your hand out of the key, put it in your pocket, and you'll go inside. Automatically. You don't even have a choice in the matter. Because that's what your brain tells you to do. Stupid. I hate it. That is anxiety. And then, of course, you're going to get depressed because, why? You missed out on a date. You ghosted her. You won't even call her because you'll be too depressed and too embarrassed. And in truth, if you could explain to her what happened and she understands, then you definitely want to go on another date. You even want to work out a date with her. I've done that, and the girl said, fine, I'm going to pick you up. And sure enough, and we went out. So, it didn't last for other reasons, but it wasn't mental health. So, yeah, mental health is tough. You're not alone, though. You have get resources to people you can talk to that if you get a helpline. If you don't have a helpline, you don't want to call the helpline. If you don't think it's that bad, you're not suicidal, you just, want to talk to somebody. There are so many online forums. Heck, the motorcycle Discord channel I'm on, DDFM, Dan the Fireman, we have a mental health channel. So you can get on there and talk to them. I'm a Knights Templar. I have Templar brothers and sisters that talk to me about it. They go through it too. So, yeah, you can get help. You can get support. You're not alone. Don't let it ruin your life. Like I said, it may be debilitating. You may have bad days, and you're going to have bad days. But you don't have to let those days happen all the time. Okay? All right. Good talk. So, so yeah. For those of you who aren't Christian or reading this, I'm sorry I preached a little bit, but I had to do it just because the Holy Spirit is in me and I'm going to be talking. But you can take that part out of it. If you don't believe in that part of it, that's fine. I'm not saying you have to. This is more about the mental health. This is more about you taking care of yourself. Okay? Drop some comments. Hit the like button. Subscribe. So you get all my next videos that I put out, because I will be putting out more. And you know, I'll try to add some links for help if I can remember when I get home. I'm new to the editing process, so it may take a little bit for me to figure out how to do it, but I'll do it. I'm definitely going to drop some more links and stuff. I will tell you, that I do know what you're going through. I have been there. You'll get through it. The world is not going to end. Well, it is. But your world, because of your depression, is not going to end. Don't worry about that. Okay? You're going to get through it. You will survive. I did. You just need to know when to get help and accept it and have patience with yourself. It may not work overnight. It may take a week or two or a month to get back on track, but that's okay. And if your employers are supposed to understand, that's a big thing. I mean, that's why there's Mental Health Month. I mean, come on. But yeah. Don't let Cartman run your life. So, that's it for me now. I'll be back again with another video here soon. No, I'm not exactly sure when. Sometimes it takes me a little bit. Like I said, I pumped out 2 today. I will come up with another one here soon. It's probably going to be something very controversial, somewhat political, but I want you to stay tuned. Other than that, God bless, keep the faith, and Deuce Vault.